There's pressure on the UK's energy sector. Wholesale prices are soaring.
In the last few months, just look at what's happened. Wow, it's gone up so fast. Actually, the biggest increase we have really ever seen.
Sarah Kenny, a charity worker in Manchester, is now living from paycheck to paycheck, worried that her energy bills could mean a difficult winter ahead.
4 smaller energy companies have gone out of business in the past 2 weeks. 4 more are expected to go in days, and others are at risk.
Yeah, welcome back to Dadskillz. With energy prices going up all the time, 2022 could be quite tricky for some people. So we've been having a little think, see what we can do to cut our energy bills, and we think we can use the tumble dryer less. And that's meant to cost us a fortune, but we will see a bit later. I'll show you some figures. But first of all, let me turn you around and show you what we've gone for. So this is the AIRER. As you can see, we've got our first load of washing in there, and we've got a little tent cover for it as well. And we'll go through the whys and wherefores of that in a moment. We know a couple of people who've got these, and one's got a tent and one hasn't. Something that we need to think about is that lead going across there, so we'll get something to go over that lead. So stop that being a trip hazard. But before we go any further, let's quickly take a look at the unboxing and setting it up. Let's see how easy or difficult that was. Okay, so let's have a look at some figures. First of all, for the tumble dryer, see if we're on the right track. So all the information I could find on our tumble dryer, which is a Bosch Classic 7, was that the cycle we have it on for a full cycle is 4.2 kilowatt hours. So we're currently paying 19.47 apparently with Octopus Energy, and that's pence per kilowatt hour. So we'll times those two together, and that gives us for a cycle about 81 pence. I think we probably do about 12 loads a week, and that can include tumble drying things twice, and I'll explain why in a bit. 81p times 12 is £9.82, and then times that by 30 weeks, because we probably use it 30 weeks of the year, let's say, not in the summer. That gives us a grand total of £294.37 running costs per year for the tumble dryer. So next, the heated AIRER. So the bump tells me it's 300 watts. So times that by 12 hours, which is what I'm told people leave it on for. They put their washing on there overnight, 12 hours, and it's dry the next morning. So that's one wash or one cycle of the tumble dryer. So that equates to 3,600 watts or 3.6 kilowatt hours. Times that by our cost per kilowatt hour again. That's about 70p per load of washing dried. Times that by 10 loads per week. And again, I'll come back and explain that. That's obviously 2 less than the tumble dryer. That gives us just over £7 a week. Times that by 30 weeks, and we have a grand total of £210.27 per year to run the heated AIRER. So a quick look at the difference in cost there. The heated AIRER is £84.10 per year cheaper to run than the tumble dryer. The heated AIRER cost us £179 with the tent, and the tumble dryer, when that was new, I think it was about £300 to £350. So there's a bigger initial cost with the tumble dryer as well. So I've put together some pros and cons for each method of drying. So the tumble pros, it's quick, it's easy, and it's out in the garage, it's out the way, and I can forget about it. And that actually turns into a con because sometimes I can put a load of washing in there overnight or late evening, and you come back to it in the morning and it's cold and it feels damp. It probably isn't, but you put the tumble dryer on again. And that's why in the figures I quoted 12 tumbles per week and just 10 for the heated AIRER. So some more tumble cons. It's more expensive to buy, expensive to run, expensive to maintain. I've probably bought a new belt for it in the past and put that on, so that's maintenance cost. Bobble into clothes maybe. It's more probably with washing machines, but it is obviously throwing it around for hours. Easy to forget and then put on again. I've just covered that. Less efficient over time. And what I mean by that is the machine gets older and less efficient without basic maintenance. And so every now and then the tumble needs a bit of a birthday. Hoover everything out, wash everything down, and hopefully it's back to its sort of optimum efficiency, if you like. So the AIRER pros were it's cheaper to buy, cheaper to run. as we've just seen. More efficient with the tent, apparently, although we will come back to that in a sec. And it's also gentler on clothes as well. There's no throwing clothes around for a couple of hours. AIRER cons, it's more labour intensive. It's not as easy to just throw in the washing on. You've got to place it all on. Longer drying times, so that reduces how many washes you can do in a day, let's say, if you do all your washing on the weekend or Saturday, Sunday, Friday night or whatever. And then it takes up more space in the house, and my tumble is in the garage, so it's nice and out the way. But the AIRER is in the house. I don't think we're going to trip over it, but it's still there at the top of the stairs. Now, what I was saying about more efficient with the tent. We know one person who hasn't got a tent, and we know one person who has. Now, they both told me that they put their washing on at night, they come back to it in the morning, and it's done. So if you haven't got a tent, let's say you leave it for 12 hours and they're dry. So the person that had the tent was doing exactly the same thing. The question is, was the washing actually dry after 8 hours, let's say, with the tent? If you're leaving them both on for 12 hours, before you get back to it, is there any point in buying the tent for, let's say, 30 or 40 quid if you're just going to leave the AIRER on? Why not save yourself 30 or 40 quid off the initial expense and just use it without a tent? Tell me what you think. Would you buy the tent or not? I'm undecided. Well, I'd say we'd had the AIRER for about a week now, using it for about a week. And something I didn't realise when I read all the material that came with it was it says it holds 15 kilograms, which I was a bit dismissive of to start with. But after using it, it probably could hold at least 2 washes from the washing machine, and the washing machine is 7 kilograms, so 14 kilograms. So if you say one cycle for the tumble dryer is 81 pence, well, we could actually get 2 washes in here, so that would be, so it's actually quite impressive actually. There we go. Look how much you can get on there. I'm just going to take you over there to have a look. So there we go. Definitely a keeper. And I think for us personally, as we've got the tumble dryer and this, we'll probably use them together. So if you're under some time pressure, things will probably go in the tumble dryer. And if you're under no time pressure, they can go on here. And obviously we can get 2 loads of washing on there, which is excellent. And then all I have to do then is maybe, obviously this is a bit more labour intensive, is teach someone else how to do it.
Dadskillz, 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 Dadskillz.